Right, what up, people? It's your boy Chid from Goon Eagle Eye coming to you again with a brand new video. And it is a very, very, very late edition of Eagle Eye, the transfer rumor show, where I talk to you about rumors and news surrounding the Arsenal. Big up to everyone that is watching ridiculously late at midnight. Please do stick a like on this video. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And apologies that this is so late. Normally I like doing it around 11, so it's not too late for the UK guys. And it's just about on time for you rest of the worlders. But I ain't gonna lie to you guys, I've had a banging headache all day. That's just gotten worse and worse. And I think the Ainsley Maitland-Niles thing, I think my head just exploded. Oh, so yeah, so I'm just trying to manage it. Hence why my lighting is not great, because I've got the living room light off, quite frankly, just to make it a little bit easier. So apologies for the lateness, but I wanted to at least give you something. You know, I've been quite consistent, I like to think, at least with these shows on weekdays. So I want to at least keep that up. So hopefully you guys will appreciate this. Won't be as long as normal. Members, apologies again, I've delayed your member stream. It will be tomorrow. I'll make sure I'll gut through it if I need to. I'll make sure I'll get through it tomorrow. All right. Okay. And also, for anyone who was wondering, this is kind of Arsenal related. I just did a review on Anelka, Misunderstood, the Netflix special, which is on Chigflix. The link is in the description below. That is my movie channel for anyone that doesn't know. So go give that a subscribe and go and see what I had to say. For me, go and check out what I had to say. Let's put it that way. All right, let's talk about the story of the day, shall we? I knew it would happen, but I think I still didn't readily prepare myself. And then the reactions I got was just annoying me even more. So I just decided to go to bed. And that was Ainsley Maitland-Niles. We learnt maybe on, I want to say Saturday, maybe Friday actually, that Wolves were interested in Ainsley Maitland-Niles. And I did suggest at the time that actually, if I'm Ainsley Maitland-Niles, I might think Wolves is a good project to go and join. The manager's on point. Wolves are a relatively big team. I'd back myself to try and get in that team and play alongside Naves. They've got exciting players. You know, for me, I think I could see him doing that. And funny enough, I've had this debate with quite a few people, including Lewis, who's a friend of the show, who's been on the show a couple of times. He doesn't think he can get in the team, but I disagree. I think, you know, João Martino, I think I said that on Friday. I think Martino is getting on now, and I think they are going to be looking to strengthen that area in the next couple of years. And I think Ainsley Maitland-Niles would be a really good purchase. Anyway, I digress. He is in advanced talks. So it's not even just a bid, advanced talks with Wolves. I think the positives about this is now that I've had a chance to come down, the positives about this is this. The kid wants to leave. I kept being told that all day. It's like, all right, I don't know where suddenly, I mean, we can only take it based on the words that he said, what was it, couple of months ago, where he said that, you know, he wanted to go because he wasn't getting first team football. And that's fair. And then secondly, the other thing I would take from it is that he's not going to Spurs. But those are the only two positives I could take from it. For me, why I'm having a lot of difficulty with this, and I've been arguing back and forth on Twitter, I tell you, I need to stop responding to people on Twitter. Why I've been going back and forth on this on Twitter is because, and people don't understand why I reacted in such a way. For me, it's all well and good selling Ainsley Maitland-Niles. If ultimately you had a grand plan and people would tell me that grand plan is party, I'm sorry, we need a right back, especially when I talk about the following news coming up. But people have been telling me, oh well, if it allows us to get Partey, then isn't it worth it? And my view is, well, hold on a second, don't we have other deadwood to sell? Like for me, I said this on Twitter, and I'll say this again: the solution to a team that is already underperforming is not to sell one of our few good players to get on board and admittedly a really good player. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to sell your bad players or your players that aren't going to improve you or aren't going to get you by. All flipping afternoon, I've heard nonsense stories about, oh, well, he's got a bad attitude anyway, so I'm glad of letting him go. What, you mean the same geezer that played so well and finished the season so highly that the manager wanted him to stay? You mean that geezer? What are you talking about? Oh, well, he's not that good anyway. Cool, because he's been one of our better performing players all season. So I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, well, he's demanding to play in midfield. Is he? Because the last time I saw, he was playing left back. So what are you talking about? Well, people just... This is why sometimes I never understand people on the internet. If I don't agree with somebody, I won't feel compelled to try and convince them otherwise. You know? Clearly they feel a way about it. It is what it is. But then people felt the need to try and make these inane arguments as to why this was a good idea. But the one that was by far the most popular is, well, this will allow us to get Thomas Partey. Because the last time I checked, Partey was 50 million euros. And Ainsley Maitland-Niles gives us 20. So in your theory, where does the other 30 come from? Or where does the other 30 million euros come from? In that theory, where does that come from? This is what I don't understand. It's like people say stuff for saying stuff. Or the other bar I saw today was, well, listen, if we get rid of Guendouzi, Torreria, and Ainsley Maitland-Niles and bring on Partey, Thiago, and abour, that I will take that. Oh, okay. I didn't realize that abour and Thiago were on their way to Arsenal. I didn't even realize that the Partey deal was done. My bad. Like, what are you talking to me about? Yes, in the hypothetical world that these three players want to come to us, then sure, it will be an upgrade. The last time I checked, none of those three deals are done. So what are you talking about? We are still letting go one of our good players to bring on a hypothetical deal of three players, according to these lot's theory. This is why sometimes, don't speak for the sake of speaking. Don't speak for the sake of speaking. Let me just have my rant and get on with it. Well, the other bar I heard was, oh, well, Arsenal fans are so overreactionary. Remind me, is it a good thing that we need to be selling one of our better players? Sorry, was I not meant to react to that? Apologies. Arsenal fans are very overreactionary, but this is not one of those cases. And I just thought to myself, all I was thinking at the time was, so you bet on Hector Bellerin and Cedric. You bet on Hector Bellerin. You guys know how I feel about Cedric. I know that he's new, so I think with a lot of you guys, I think will give Cedric the benefit of the doubt because he's new and he's this and he's that. But I mean, for me, I've said it before and I'll say it again. For me, right back version of Andre Santos, and he will prove it. He will absolutely prove it. We always do this to ourselves as Arsenal fans when it comes to fullbacks. As long as they got the attacking side down, they seem to be good. And that's not the case with Suarez. But he will prove it. I don't need to say much more with Suarez. And then the Hector Bellerin argument was the one I got today, where you have two sides of the coin. You have people that genuinely understand that Hector Bellerin is 25 years old and hasn't really improved since maybe the age of 19. He's still playing at that kind of level. Arguably, his 19-year-old self was better. Arguably, he was more dynamic at 19. I'll give him that. Right? So you have that side of the people. And then you have the other side. You have the sentimental, always one of us. People give Hector Bellerin, like it's the new thing seems to be defending Hector Bellerin without any rhyme or reason. Like you have some of these big accounts that break some of these news sometimes. And I feel like they just say shit for the sake of saying shit. Yeah, and one of these geezers going, oh, Hector Bellerin takes so much stick. When will Arsenal fans realise that he's the best right back at the club and one of the best right backs I've ever seen? And I'm like, based on what? That's all I wanted to know. Based on what? Based on what? What has demonstrated that? And then you had another geezer said, oh, well, he was good under Emre earlier this season. And it's only of late under Arteta that he's been terrible. The funny thing about that statement is, actually, I would say it was the other way around. I would say for the 75% of this season, Hector Bellerin has been dog shit. And it's only since lockdown where he has been competent. Not great, competent. Let's be honest. Competent. So I just thought to myself, what? So these are the guys that you bet on? Oh, and then I just decided, all right, I'm not going to respond to anyone anymore because people are just pissing me off. I'll just go carry on about my business, right? And then I thought to myself, okay, let me look through some stories because I thought to myself, if I can get rid of this headache, then I will do a show like this for you guys, right? I will try and muster up and, I know I can just hear the small violins playing, right? I can muster up and, try and do a show like you guys. And then I read a story that cheered me the fuck up, right? I will show you what that story is. 2 seconds. Now, apologies because it is the scum. I saw this story. Hector Bellerin offered to PSG. And I was like, Hector Bellerin has been offered to Paris Saint-Germain. Let me get rid of this shit. Paris Saint-Germain, according to reports. The beaten Champions League finalists are on the hunt for a new right back. Of course, because they let go of my guy for free, didn't they? I've forgotten his name. Thomas Meunier, that's the one. Left as a free agent at the end of his contract in June before joining Borussia Dortmund. But the PSG boss, Thomas Tuchel, does have the France under-21 Colin Dagba in the squad. However, RM Sport, Arsenal star, Bellerin is one of the names that La Liga 1 champions. Let's hit the La Liga 1 champions radar. Now, just on this, I had some further information that actually Arsenal have offered Hector Bellerin to PSG. That's how it hit their radar. They've actually offered Hector Bellerin to a number of clubs. Juventus, obviously, as we know, being one of them. AC Milan being another. PSG being another. And obviously Bayern Munich being another, because we heard some interest early in the season that Bayern Munich were interested in Hector Bellerin. So this is interesting. And it kind of makes me think to myself, why are they offering him about now? Has he asked to leave? He can't have, because Hector Bellerin is active on social media. It can't have made him feel good to see his name trending because someone else was leaving. that is never a good sign, unless it follows with, oh well, we don't need X because we've got X, and I would say, looking at that trending page, maybe 90% of the people were pissed that we're being left with Hector Bellerin. The other side of that Ainsley Maitland-Niles story is that he's being sold for 20 million. So it's like, flipping heck. That was the other thing. I must admit, I could begin to accept it if Wolves or another team blew us away with like a £35 million, almost like the Alex Iwobi deal. If you notice, I didn't say shit when Everton bidded at 40 million for Alex Iwobi. Now, if you're a long-term subscriber of mine, you know I've been a big defender of Alex Iwobi, right? You notice I didn't say shit when Everton bid 40 million for him. I didn't say a word because I recognized you would have to be crazy to turn down 40 million for Alex Iwobi. And when you just look at the fact that Bournemouth, what are they about to sell their keeper to Sheffield United? They're about to sell him for 18 million. And what is he, average at best? Whereas we've got a good player in Ainsley Maitland-Niles who's got 3 years left on his contract. He's English. He's 22 years old, and we're selling him for £20 million. Levels to his team. We can't sell for shit. But we are where we are. It looks like Ainsley Maitland-Niles is about to join Wolves. Hector Bellerin is about to, I'm hoping, is about to join PSG. And I guess, what does that mean for us then? Because I'll tell you what, I don't know who's worse starting as a number one right back, Bellerin or Cedric. I definitely don't want Cedric as number one right back. So what do you think we should do? Because that does present quite an interesting problem. Let me know. Leave it in the comments below. But at the very least, it looks like we're actively trying to sell people. So I'll take that as some kind of win. Speaking of which, I bring you on to my next story. So let me stop sharing that. Let me share one more with you. Bring this up. It's one of my secret pages here coming up. 1 second. Here we go. So PSG are looking at Guendouzi for a summer move. Now, obviously, we've been trying to get rid of Guendouzi in any kind of deal, in any sort of deal. It could be, we could be trying to buy a packet of polos and we're trying to flog Guendouzi as part of the deal, just so we don't spend money. That is just how we're moving at the moment. So L'Equipe, via these guys, report that PSG are keeping an eye on Arsenal's Matteo Guendouzi this summer. PSG sporting director Leonardo Araújo, I don't know why I stay butchering names, prefers, that's the Lazio midfielder, whose name I'm also not going to butcher, but expects that deal to be proved to be too expensive. Leonardo likes Guendouzi's profile and is looking at him along with former gunner Ismail Benacia and of AC Milan. PSG held an interest in Ndombele earlier in the window, but that pursuit is cooling now. I knew Spurs wouldn't sell him. I know that Jose is having some difficulty with him, but he's a good player. You just need to know how to get the best out of him. Guendouzi is obviously in the market after the 2019-2020 season ended. We already know this. If PSG make a decent offer, Arsenal would like to take the money and move on. If there's one club in Europe who could easily afford to throw money at Arsenal for a young French midfielder, it is surely them. True. And I will say this. Remember when people were getting gassed on Guendouzi and talking about, he's worth 70 million pounds. Remember that? One of the very first teams to be linked with a potential 70 million pound bid was PSG. So they are a team that I've always secretly hoped are coming in for him. I knew this Barcelona link that was being shown early in July would die down. I thought there's no way Barcelona will go for him. True, Barcelona do have an aging They do have aging players, but I just thought to myself, I couldn't see them spending, 30 to 35 million on this guy who has been trouble everywhere he's been. Let's be real. But what do you guys think? Let me know. Leave it in the comments below. All right. We stop that. I'm going to show you me while I read this next story. So, as you can imagine, this is a lot about sales at the moment because, as I've told you, selling is something very important we need to do. Now, there's a rumor that at least 15 players are up for sale this summer, which seems kind of mad. I wouldn't suggest it's that much, but I would suggest it's a decent portion of the club. Another one of these players, which I'm so happy to hear about, because we hadn't heard anything, and I was beginning to wonder. Said Kolasinac is being linked with a move to Schalke today. Arsenal are very keen on raising funds through player sales, yada, yada, yada. One such player is Said Kolasinac. The Bosnian came in on a free from Schalke back in 2017. Gosh, it was in 2017. Flipping heck. Yeah, just realized it was. But he hasn't quite lived to the hype. No, he hasn't. Mr. Bundesliga with a team. How the heck did he manage that? Kolasinac is well down the pecking order. Kieran Tierney and Mikel Arteta's first choice left back, while Bukayo Saka and even Ainsley Maitland-Niles have been preferred there ahead of the Schalke man. Yeah, if you see his performances recently, you will understand why. Kolasinac has been deployed at centre-back for a few games, but a costly mistake against Spurs. Yeah, that pass back to David Luiz in the Premier League cost him a place there as well. Arsenal will have William Saliba, and if reports are to be believed, Gabriel as options at centre-half. That reduces the need for Kolasinac, who will leave the club in order to secure some regular game time. Thankfully for him, a club adores and wants him back. And talks have started with Arsenal over a potential move. Now, I need to bring your guys' attention to something. Now, this is according to Sky Sports. They are in talks with Arsenal, but it's over a loan with the intention to buy. Now, obviously, Kolasinac came to us as a free anyway. He is on £140,000 a week, as cringy as that is. So it'd be good to just get that off the books. So I think from that perspective, it's just, I think probably the aim would be to make sure that they indeed come in and buy Kolasinac the following season, because he'll be in his last year at that point. But again, what do you guys think? Let me know. Leave it in the comments below. All right, have I missed out on anything? You guys know about Gabriel. He did all his social media stuff today under strict supervision because obviously he's coming from France. So he's supposed to be under a 14-day quarantine, which apparently is now going to start to take place. So he's going to miss the Community Shield, and he may even miss the start of the season because he won't have had it long to train with the boys. But whatever it takes, just get him through the door. I don't think there's anything else I'm missing. Is there anything else I'm missing? Guys, please do slip a like on this video while I make sure if anything else is missing. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. As we keep this thing motoring. Right. Let me just quickly look at Fabrizio Romano, see if there's any other updates from him. Looks like Decore may be on his way to Everton. Them and Napoli are fighting for him. Milan Sarr has been offered to Chelsea. I know that I swear Chelsea are buying everybody, man. Flipping that. I know they're buying Kai Havertz. Okay, so it looks like the Gabriel announcement is likely to come tomorrow. Thiago Silva to Chelsea. Interesting. Okay. All right, all right, all right. Let me just check one more before I come into the chat room and see what you lot are saying. We'll do a quick 10 minutes, yeah? Won't go very long. Lots of rumors that we're trying to sign Thiago Alcantara. I'm still struggling to believe this. But apparently, Mikel Arteta was on the phone to him today in an effort to try and convince him to forget Liverpool, choose Arsenal. Fair play to Arteta. I'll give him that in the sense that at least he is trying to use whatever little influence he has to try and make deals happen. I will say that. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to look to see if I've missed anything. Lots of people hyping. Do you guys really think we're going to get Aura? I can't. No chance. No chance. All right, guys. I think that's pretty much that. Let me come into the chat room and see what you lot are saying, because I don't want to bore you guys. 160 people watching, and it is 12:30 in the UK at least. Mad people. Please do stick a like on the video. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Crush that like button. Join the membership as well. I give you your material on the membership, even if I am slow to get there sometimes. I'll always give you your stuff. Always make it worth it. I've seen 2 donations from Rory, so I'm going to cover that right now. Thank you, my bro, for your 2 donations. First of all, thank you for your $5 donation. All these transfer rumors are bollocks. If milk turns out to be sour, I ain't the kind of pussy to drink it. Damn. Brutal, hard-hitting statement there from Mr. Breaker. Okay. And then he followed up. I told Pepe, I'm not laughing, Nicholas. Damn, Rory is aggressive. But I like it. All right. Anyone want to ask me any questions real quick? Real quick. Gabriel's done. Don't ask me any more Gabriel questions. It's done. It's done. We need a word more than Thiago Alcantara. Coutinho isn't consistent. Yeah, supposedly he's not ruled out a Barcelona exit, which to me is code for unless you tell me I'm playing, I'm leaving. So convince me to stay. That's what I heard in that statement. I don't see him ending up being an Arsenal player. What's up with Aubameyang's announcement? That's a good question, Max. I haven't got a clue. I must admit, I expected that announcement last week. I at least expected it on Monday after all this time speaking to troop shit. I would have thought he would have announced it by now, and he hasn't. I don't think there's anything wrong, but you do worry that every day that passes that hasn't been announced, you think to yourself, what is happening? There are little bits and bobs that still need to be agreed. I suspect they're clauses or clauses for bonuses, maybe, because from my understanding, the meat and potatoes of the contract, aka length of the contract, how much is going to be paid per week, that's agreed. But like I think little minor details like image rights and stuff like that is probably being haggled and negotiated over. I'm still confident it's more or less done. I think it's just a case of, I can understand people's worry. When something's not announced, you think to yourself, why? Why? I think we will get Partey, but we need to sell a few players first. Well, apparently that's what we're looking to do. Now, it's funny you should say that, Rizwana. Obviously, you mentioned Max Aarons. When I mentioned him in Twitter, people were like, oh, he's going to Spurs. Now, to be fair to that person, although they were trying to wind me up, Spurs has always been an end destination. Spurs have always been linked with Max Aarons. Always. They've been linked with Max Aarons before we have, to be honest. So, yeah. Eric Welsh, I did a reaction review to it, to the new Batman trailer. So go check that out. It's on Chick Flicks. That's the thing that I keep coming back to that. If he was leaving, would he really be speaking to troops? I don't know about that. If we secure Partey, where do you think we'll finish this season, Chug? Let me put it this way, right? Of all the people we've been linked with, if we lose Ainsley Maitland-Niles, keep Hector Bellerin, because I think that's what's going to happen. I think Hector will stay another season. We get Partey, maybe get Thiago, and then Ceballos, which I think is what's going to happen. As I've told you guys before, I think the chances of us getting Aurora is very, very slim. I think we could get top 4, but I think we could do it. For us to be more comfortable than just, I would like us to strengthen our right back area. I'd like us to strengthen our backup left back area. I think our midfield options would be fine. I'd like to see someone quite creative in there that could potentially get goals as well. So yeah, I think we'd be all right. We'd be okay. 4th, 5th, something like that. I think Aaron's is solid. I think he's better than Man United's right back chick. Interesting. Don't necessarily agree, but interesting. If we keep Hector, we'll be weak at the back. Yeah, I agree. Millwall, Alf. Don't like your area, I'm Alf, but I'm going to talk to you anyway. If we ain't getting top 4, Chig, honestly, we ain't love us to be up there, but it isn't going to happen. Oh, okay. We ain't getting top 4, Chig. Honestly, we ain't. I'd love us to be there, but it ain't going to happen. Okay, I'm with you. I think, like I said, I think if we get those players, then I think we could. I think we could and will. Because I trust the quality in there. I trust the quality in there. I still don't think that that's all we need, but a lot of it also depends on our exits. It depends if Lacazette goes and then what you think is appropriate to replace that. It depends on if our left back goes. It depends if Hector Bellerin goes, as well as Ainsley Maitland-Niles going. So there's big question marks over all those things. Definitely better than Cedric and Bellerin. I'm with you there, Alan. Max Aarons, I think they're the same defensively, because I do quite like Max Aarons defensively. Moving forward, I have to give it to Max Aarons. I think he's a little bit better. And see, this is the other problem. If you keep Pepe on that right-hand side, you can't play him with these two. You can't play him with these two numpties. Big up, Dante. Hope you're well. New players are linked with so. Oh, yeah. So Arsenal are also being linked with Soamir, who is the Lille central midfielder. Very good, technically excellent, box to box, big presence. He's like 6'2". In some ways, it's a younger Partey, but I think Partey is stronger than him defensively. And this guy's a little bit more creative with his runs. But yeah, apparently Arsenal retain an interest in him. And then Emmanuel Dennis, because Arsenal love them and Nigerian. As simple as that. Oh, dear. Colin, I hope you're well, Colin Addy. I hope you're well. About time, Chi. Yeah, I just say I was going to be late, to be fair. So, man, more of an 8. He's more of an 8. That's what I'm saying. He's more of a creative player. Well, he's box to box. He's box to box. I think they're talking about him as a backup to Aurora. And interestingly enough, he's constantly being linked with United. So that'd be a good way of trying to compete with him. Just sticking 2 big off guys in that middle part. Woo! Try bullying them. Ain't going to happen. Any Sabos line news? No, I look every day. Believe me. None whatsoever. Why Thiago, 29? We'll need some time to get used to the Prem. Exactly. Ben, why can't we get Sangara as backup to Partey? I don't know, brother. I don't know. I could take us not getting Partey if we got him. Because I think he's 22. His ceiling is so big. And he's bigger than Partey. He's actually a bigger presence than Partey. And I think would anchor us better because he's more of a natural DM. So I'm with you, Ben. All right, one more news. What more news? Yeah, I did talk about the Bergkamp news yesterday. I did talk about him returning to the coaching, and I am more than happy with that. Do you think we'll get Coutinho? No. In a word, Douglas, no. I don't. One more question, guys. One more question. Do we need Cannavaro 10 years younger than Partey? No. If you were going to get a younger version of Partey, I'd want Sangara. He's a Toulouse central midfielder. Go check him out. Big off guy. Big black guy in the middle. Football chats, to be honest with you, I don't know enough of him to make a proper comment. I've seen him here and there on YouTube, but I don't know enough of him to make a proper comment. All right, one more question and I'm out. 171 people. Please do slap a like on this video. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Combat show on Friday. I will break down the Dillian White fight. We'll talk about other bits and bobs. Make sure you don't miss that. Also, Chig Flicks. I've dropped 2 reviews from yesterday, 1 review from today. One of them is a Batman trailer review. One of them is Project Power review. And one of them is the Nicholas and Nelka documentary. So I did a review on all 3 of those. So go check that out. I've still got 2 more videos to drop from Netflix, so make sure you catch that out. And like my guy Max says, please do smash a like on this video. It helps, especially these late night shows. It does help. Chig, we'd be linked with Dumfries from PSV about his availability, and the Arsenal squad have inquired. I'll look into that. 5 more likes to 100. All right, guys. Give me them 5 more likes. Someone let me know if I've actually got them. But give me those 5 more likes before I bounce up out of here. That'd be great. Review the Justice League one. I will do the new Justice League trailer. That's Zack Snyder's cut. So I'll do that. I'll also do the Justice League trailer review, because that came out 2 days ago. I've still not seen it. So it's great because I'm genuinely reacting to it. So I'm happy about that. I got him. Thank you, Max. Appreciate it, my guy. Thank you. All right. I am heading out of here. Guys, continue hitting those likes. Don't just stop at 100. Keep going. Keep going. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I've done 40 minutes for you. I'm going to do an hour and a half tomorrow. I'm going to try. And that will be a members review. So make sure you don't miss that out. Before someone asks, that will probably be around about 8 tomorrow. All right. All right, guys. I am out of here. Take care. Enjoy your night. Enjoy your day if you are in the Australia side of the world, Japan side of the world, or if you're in America, enjoy your evening. Take care. I'm out.